You didn't believe anything that I said. When they came, you were not prepared. Then it all fell right on your head. And now you're lying in your bed. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You're trapped 'cause you did not let go. You took that bait and now
So you can actually create the vision beyond what you know in the sort of 3D. And sorry, I have the cards here. And access that information. And so, and hypnotherapy, or working with hypnotherapists or people who are comfortable and used to working with consciousness, are going to have people who you work with should have a grasp on how to help you access that deeper wisdom so that you can build on what you already have going on.
Well, because it's not coming from you. You're just helping them get aligned so that they can access their higher self.
Yeah, I open the door, sort of metaphorically open the door, and they step through. I just sort of lead them to their broader knowing.
So have you just seen some just amazing things?
Yeah, I mean, the other day I was working with someone, and people get entrained to this work, so the more you do it, the better and quicker you get. It's like developing your intuitive capability. And so this client has been doing this a long time, and she was able to have 3 different past life recalls that were totally transformative to issues that she's had, pervasive issues that she's had in her life, like core issues, and just transform them in the course of, well, this was an 8-mile walk, but in 2.5 hours.
I think that this is something that has come up. You just brought this up. So I think that you look around your life, we talk about transforming. You look around your life and you see this doesn't work, whether it's a relationship, to food, to people, to your job, to your work. I mean, it's just when you start feeling that rub. And what I found is I wanted to learn more about why I was doing what I was doing, why I was reacting the way I reacted. And so I did some work with Wendy Paquette, and it's the same thing you're talking about. And hers, it's coding. She can see these specific words, and they carry a frequency, and she's like, aha, that's it. And then let's just transpose that, or let's just transmute that.
Yeah, I do that too, and I get it. It's really hearing congruence. If she does, I don't know how she does it, but when you hear a person's languaging, what they're sort of living within their belief system and what they're communicating through their language will express incongruence if it's there. Mm-hmm. And then those words have frequency. And so you can open yourself up to be familiar with that. So that's how I think people who are like, oh, I can spot a liar a mile away. It's probably because they're hearing the incongruence in how they're languaging their truth versus their non-truth.
It just, things don't line up. Well, okay, so for me too, I think that half of it is seeing because you have to know to ask the questions. So there are these programs that run constantly in the back of our heads. Think of it as an iOS, and it just is constantly whirling, and we base our decisions, our choices out of that programming. So
that probably started either in the womb or up until about the age of 7 is when most of that programming takes place.
That's exactly right. And I had a huge one. One of my biggest ones was you will be a great number 2. You'll be the woman behind the man. And that is, and so everything was, I can't step into that role. I can't step in. And so I need to make my client's happy, my husband happy, my kids happy. I need to support everybody else. And then it was like, well, they're all off doing their fun stuff,
Well, it's like the infrastructure. You're the infrastructure to their success.
Exactly.
Which is, it's an ancient female program. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is. And it just, about 2 weeks ago, I looked up.
Sorry.
You dropped something.
Meowing, and I'm like, come here.
So funny. Oh my goodness, look how big. Is that Pablo?
No, that's Luna.
That's Luna.
actually a very tiny cat, but she's needing to say hello.
She looks big. So anyway, so what happened is I just sort of looked up and I thought, oh, homie's not playing this way anymore. I'm so sorry. I can't do this anymore. And it truly, in my head, I thought if I was ever in a place where I had to lead the family, for whatever reason, that's how I want to act. And I'm fortunately with a partner that says, yes, walk next to me, not behind me. I've been waiting for you to do this, but I didn't know that that's what I was waiting for. And it is incredible. I'm just like kicking ass and taking names. And it really is profound.
I think, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, that's a beautiful thing. And just having the privilege of knowing you and knowing what a leader you are and what a badass you are, it's like people, don't be surprised if badasses that that are showing up in your life still have these programs going, or even if it's going within you, like don't negate it, just allow yourself to shift out of it. It's just a recognition that that's an old story. Let it, find a way to transmute it. It doesn't have to be something that defines you, and you get to be wherever you want to be. You get to be who you want to be and redefine it. We're never done.
But I think that's the key, though. I think that someone asked me, they said, so what do you want? I don't know, because I've never looked beyond my four walls. I don't, and I feel that I have everything I could possibly need and 10 times more. And so how dare I ask? How dare I ask for more? It is and I was always under it's like, it's either this or this. You can't have both. And so, and now it's that and what else? I want that and that. And so why can't I have it both? Can I be a good mom? Can I be a really good engaged mother? Still pick up my kids from carpool and go do things out in the world? Can I do both? Because I always thought one had to give. Because if you did your own stuff, then your kids are going to suffer. And that's something that I'd always heard my whole life. Is that,
and that's a languaging thing. See, it's like but or this. And now it's and another thing that is get to, instead of, oh, I have to go do this. I have to go do this. It's like, no, I get to do this. Mm-hmm. It changes it from obligation into choice.
Right.
In each moment. Get to. And people, I think that's also an indication of where a person is in their sort of development. And I don't mean to put a judgment on it. It's more of where is a person in their development? If a person can actually get to the place where they're choosing in each moment how they're feeling, or at least aware of it. I know it's not easy in every moment. You can start to really transform the level of joy in your life exponentially. We don't have to just we're not just clumps of flesh, just by happenstance here on the planet, just sort of slaving our way through life and then we die. No, but you can have that point of view and, God bless.
Go for it.
Yeah, I want more and I have more and it's growing and fun and I can be happy.
Well, it's funny is that it's like what I saw like a mountaintop, and we say, okay, we're almost there. We're almost to the top. Okay, now what? And you don't realize that there are 5 more. And where do you want to go? You want to go to the rainforest? Do you want to go to the Rockies? Where do you want to go? And that there's always, you can level up even more.
Yes. And the reality isn't exactly how we internalize it to be. So when we summit, we can enjoy the summiting as like, I've achieved this summiting experience and take it in. Okay, now what? And then you can actually totally transform the program in your mind and maybe just glide off. The reality of the situation. And I know that's sort of
a sugar glider.
It doesn't have to be the way that we're told that it is. Reality is up to you, and how you participate in it is everything.
Yep, that is and what your expectations are.